Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I make turtles.
It's now time for Big D Energy with four-time Stanley Cup champ Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Rule. Live on the Woodward Sports Network, 99.1 and 93.5 The Roar, the Woodward Sports app, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Let's talk some sports. It's Big D Energy.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy. My name is Neal Rule. This guy over here is DMAC, Darren McCarty, four-time Stanley Cup champion. We're live from Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, call 866-CALL-HALL. Chat with them directly. I know a lot of people like to roll that way, too, at callhallfirst.com. Sawyer is in the building. Sam Flannel is in the building. Fish is making celebrity paid endorsement cameo appearances as well. The producer from the 2 o'clock show is here spinning that misinformation that they do on the bottom line. We will talk about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Action-packed show. DMAC, the NFL, still the king.
No, it is, and the tampering, non-tampering, whatever they're called, a lot of action going on, a lot of things to talk about. Obviously, the things that are going on here at home, the big signing, 1 year, $10 million, DJ Chark.
Yep.
You like that, Alex? Chark. Anyways, deep threat coming from Jacksonville. Obviously,
Yep, when he plays.
What's that?
When he plays.
Well, that's we're going to get into that conversation. But a lot of things going on. I think, I have a couple questions to you when we get to that, especially about the Mitch Trubisky signing in Pittsburgh. It correlates back to your draft capital on quarterbacks. So I have an inquiring question. And, one of the main things is you saw this guys being moved into the free agency and guys deciding where to sign and franchise tags and stuff like this. It's not going to slow down, but right now, I like what Detroit's doing. And you know what? For what the money is, I have to revert to you today. Does the $10 million in your draft capital for a guy, and forget about with his potential. Potential, does this, because this is what this is at. Motivation and potential. If you can play and stay healthy and to come on a 1 year deal, to me personally, think that Brad Holmes did a good job on this one. I'm not going to say it's the best deal in the world, but I give it a solid B because of what it can perform. And on a 1 year deal, it doesn't tie you down to anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me get my M&M right now on. You turn me up in the headphones a little bit there. So, where's my snare? Where's my snare?
I'll take it too.
But again, happy to have everybody with us here. And the DJ Chark thing, and hey, appreciate all the birthday wishes, by the way, in the YouTube chat thread. If you're in the YouTube chat thread right now watching on our YouTube channel, thank you for that, by the way. Happy to get that back up and rolling. Appreciate all the birthday wishes. It started the same way pretty much every other day. And I wonder, what age does your birthday become just another day, DMAC? Because, I always hear people like, I'm taking the day off of work for my birthday and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm past that age now.
The month always stays the same with me in April. So, I always have that birthday month. But I think that some of the things that you don't really talk about is some people don't count it. Me, I lost years, so I'm going to be 50 in a few weeks, and I cherish that. I was talking to some of the ladies beforehand, and we're talking about the best thing about, I guess, being older and a little wiser is you know what you want, right? So, I guess that would be the one thing. Is there a tradition, or is there something that the family does or you look forward to? I know, for example, for my wife, we do like a breakfast in bed, or so a lot of people do that on it. You know what I mean? Like a surprise, which means just running out to Dunkin' Donuts and throwing the Timbits on the bed. But it's the same sort of thing. That's what I think. Instead of it's just another birthday or whatever else, what experience am I going to have?
Now, I'm just appreciative to get it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody once told me, they said, never bemoan getting old because it's a privilege denied to many. So
Well,
you know, that's
we mentioned it yesterday. Scott Hall, he did pass away yesterday. So, like Kevin Nash said, gold toothpicks up there. But, life's short, 62 years old, which I'm, thinking about as hard as I've lived and different things like that. And it's a reality, but life is short. And I think with everything going on, we realize that's a great attitude to have, Neal.
Right. And I see here in the YouTube chat thread, again, I appreciate all the birthday wishes. No question about that. I see, where was it here? 80 Spray says Lions need to sign Marcus Williams. I think with your DJ Chark shining, that dream of that is pretty much dead if it ever was in effect before. But we'll talk about that coming up in the next segment, this NFL free agency fury that is going on. But DMAC, you and Mr. Barnaby.
Oh, Matthew?
Had some Twitter interaction going on.
I didn't instigate this, but I remembered this incident right there. And somebody asked me about your eyes being closed. When you throw a hard punch, that's sort of some of the that was told is everything into it. But so I guess Matt Barnaby's writing a book, and I had a couple things going on. Is that it was Kenny Linsman before I played, who played in Edmonton and played all around. He was known as the Rat. That was his nickname. Then you had Matt Barnaby, who was, the pester. I got my hands on the Rat there, and as he said, I opened him up pretty good. I remember that because it was an ESPN game. And then nowadays we have Tammy Chin Schultz's favorite, Brad Marchand, which is he's Ratatouille for sure. So, I guess that one was special to me because you got your hands on the guy that not many guys could get their hands on. Although you want to see something funny, and I give Barney, and I love the quote because it's true hockey guys. You say, "Oh, he cut me open for this," and throws bomb. They're a great guy though, right? So that's what I said back.
Your world, I've told you this 100 times. Your world amazes me, man.
It's different because the respect that we have for each other. And he played in Buffalo for so long. He played with Brad May and Rob Ray, and the three of them, ran around the East and stuff like this. But Barnaby's not that big of a guy, compared to me, maybe like 5'11". He might be 6 foot, but he's like 180 pounds. But he'd fight Zdeno Chara. And there's videos of him fighting Zdeno Chara that are hilarious because the size advantage and the reach advantage. So, I thought that came across my Twitter. So I will definitely check that book out whenever he comes to it. And whenever he's coming, I told Barney, whenever he comes through Detroit or needs anything, we'll have him on here promoting it and talking hockey. So he's got great hockey stories too. He's one of those guys. And guys, remember he was on ESPN for a while.
Right? No, he was. I remember that
stuff. So, So wish him well.
Zachary Hadaway says, "Good morning. We got DJ Chark." Yes, we did, and we will discuss that coming up in just a few minutes. Jenna Newman, Neal, you share a birthday with my mom. Well, Jenna Newman, happy birthday to your mom as well.
Happy birthday to Jenna's mom.
But we are 9 drinks says Neal doesn't look a day over 60. I appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, but we got as we said, we got a big time show lined up for you here today, live from Hall Financial, Michigan's highest rated mortgage company. Obviously, we'll be discussing that'll be the crux of it all. Will be the NFL free agency stuff. Pistons in Miami tonight. The Red Wings taking on the Oilers. I'll be locked into that anytime I get
locked and loaded. And I just saw a stat that Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid are the first players since Luc Robitaille and Wayne Gretzky back in 92-93 to have 4 consecutive seasons of 80 points each as teammates.
Yeah.
And what's that got them?
Well, I mean,
what's that got them?
Well, man, I would wonder. Series. Yeah, I would wonder about that. Then, so that must be a personnel issue.
I saw another stat. Okay, listen to this, because for all you guys out there for stats, this is under Dave Tippett. Connor McDavid's production 5-on-5 was at a .76. Under Jay Woodcroft, 15 games. He's point-a-game player, even strength. Look out, they're making a surge. Who knows? The Oilers are the epitome of what the Wings are, except with all the talent and what happens if you miss. Right? If you miss with the draft picks and whatever else, because their timetable is coming to the end. And I love Ken Holland to death, but there's a miss. There's DMAC, a miss there.
Hey, I'll qualify this as I always do. This is DMAC excluded. The following views reflect only the opinions of Neal Rule and not Darren McCarty. Here's the deal. you look at this Oilers team, the way that they're set up, makes me wonder who's in charge there. Who was brought in to finish this job for the Oilers?
Right, Uncle Ken.
And we saw the last 5 years of this Red Wings. I'm just saying, guys, I'm pointing out facts. I am merely telling you what has been, what we can point to, can say with 100% factuality, that there's no opinion involved. He hasn't got the job done, man. Bottom line.
Right, exactly. And this is a situation where you thought that he was the right guy for the job and putting the pieces together. But there's definitely a miss there. And you can't really, like, is it culturally or it's just something at the end of the day? You can point to goaltending, which is the easiest thing to point to, but they can't find that stride when they need to. Now, they're talented enough that they can, if they find it, they could turn it off, but, man, they're too little, too late. And as tight as Gary Bettman's NHL it is, with right down to the last minute, the Oilers need this tonight. But they suffer from the same defensive lapses and doing those things that what the Detroit Red Wings do. So I just see that this is something that Stevie's aware of to whatever else. But to me, would you not raise the yellow flag if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan about, like, this could get bad? Yeah. This is almost like to the point where
I just don't understand what happened.
One of the guys.
They were cooking.
I know.
To start the season, they were cooking, and
it's
I don't understand what happened.
It's always goaltending with them.
Yeah.
Right? It's always goaltending with them, and it's almost like the confidence, right? They need somebody to come in, and I think that's the imperativeness, because I always try to look back and compare the comparativeness to bringing Mike Vernon in. And even though we didn't win like 95 and 96, but we eventually got done. But it's that developing that trust that he was always going to be there. And Ozzy the same way. And then even in 02 when you had Dom there, and I always say Dominic Hasek, whatever you want to say, is that his goaltending performance in Game 6 and Game 7, shutouts in the conference finals in 02, was two of the greatest 2 games I've ever seen by a goaltender. So, as offensive-minded as these Edmonton Oilers are, and offensively gifted they are, when they have no confidence in their goaltender, that leaks through their game. So it could be more of a mental thing.
Robert Close says, DMAC, do you remember what instigated that fight from we showed the picture there? Was it a cheap shot? Was it a team motivator?
Front of the net. It was in front of the net in front of like Ozzy or Manny or something like that, and it was like pushing and shoving, and I think he pushed the wrong guy. He might have pushed Nick. Who knows? Yeah. He pushed the wrong guy.
And he had to atone for that sin.
You can find it. I think it was in the 04 season, but go to hockeyfights.com and you can find it there. But it was, hey, that's the one I remember because I hit him hard. And he's wrong. I don't throw hard. Just that day I did. When they connect, anybody throws hard.
Ben Diesel says we can definitely get Marcus Williams still. There's always a way around the cap. The cap doesn't matter. Ben, I would disagree with you. I would think the cap does matter a lot. And I think we're seeing, again, where we come back to it, the sins of the regime before are still being atoned for right now. They are. And as I've said from day one, there's 2 separate things that have to happen here. Number 1, you got to overhaul the talent, and number 2, you got to get the book straight from the previous regimes.
And my question is, as a Lions fan or whatever, if Brad Holmes came out and said, I can't because I'm still trying to get this because of that, is that usually that's not acceptable, right? For a GM to sort of make not an excuse like that, but the transparency of it, I'm just wondering if he came out with some sort of not cryptic message to that, but just sort of said, hey, we're doing the best we have here or whatever, so you knew as a fan that it really was what you're talking about. It's not because people aren't going to believe you, Neal, because you're just draft capital guy.
Absolutely. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into that NFL free agency talk, the DJ Chark situation with the Lions. We are live from Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, call 866-CALL-HALL or chat with them online at callhallfirst.com. And, guys, March Madness is officially here. It is underway. It's time for you to shoot your shot and score big on the nonstop action with our friends at MyBookie. Predict winners in each round of the MyBookie bracket contest for a chance to win a Bitcoin. NFTs up for grabs. Also over $100,000 more in cash prizes. Whether you're filling out multiple brackets or betting the national championship winner, or if you're just going old school and looking for player or game props, MyBookie has you covered. Sign up today with MyBookie. Use the promo code Woodward. Boom, you get a free entry right into there. You get to take your crack at winning a Bitcoin and winning their bracket challenge. Selections for the bracket are already underway. They'll close March 17th at noon, so make sure you get your deposit in now. With the promo code Woodward, you can secure that free entry. You can bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Have a problem with gambling? Get your life in order. Call the Michigan Gambling Helpline, 1-800-270-7117.
March 21st, 9 a.m. Woodward Sports is bringing a Detroit legend to the Detroit sports atmosphere. You don't want to miss this historic moment. Make sure you're listening to the Morning Woodward Show Monday morning to find out who.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Everybody, yeah, everybody, yeah. Take it up to the top, everybody, never stop, make it loud, make it real, let them know that we're here with everybody, yeah, everybody, yeah.
Comerica Park, sunshine, the crack of the bat. More sunshine, warmth. We're almost there, Detroit. Summer 2022 will be the summer of Woodward Sports. We just gotta make it through this damn cold first.
Back at it here, off and running Big D Energy. We're live from Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you want to refinance or purchase a home, call 866-CALL-HALL or chat with them online at callhallfirst.com. Neal Rule, DMAC, Darren McCarty. We got Sawyer. We got Sam Flannel. The whole Woodward Sports team is out in effect here at the Hall Financial headquarters. We're technically in Troy, right? Technically, I never know how the lines break up right as you get to there. But yeah, got to get into the whole NFL free agency discussion. The Lions signed DJ Chark, 1 year, $10 million, could be up to $12 million depending on what happens, how he performs. Last year for Chark, 4 games, caught 7 passes for 154 yards, 2 touchdowns as well, had some injury concerns. And look, guys, let's get into it. And look, I know everyone, I'm getting labeled as the dude that I don't want the Lions to sign anybody, which certainly is not the case. I mean, for me, I told you guys yesterday I'd make the exception if you want to do a bank-breaking deal with Marcus Williams, a known entity at the safety position, one of the best in the game. I'm here for that. A younger guy, Chark obviously fits that category as well. I'm not gonna stomp my feet about it and jump up and down and stuff like that. I do come at you guys today though from the standpoint of, did you see that Christian Kirk madness that was going on yesterday with what Jacksonville did? We saw that, right?
18
per year.
Right.
A deal that could push $80 million. So, guys, that's what the waters are. And I was happy to see that because then I knew right away that Allen Robinson's not going to happen here. And that was the one, if I got to crawl with DJ Chark before I can walk with no Allen Robinson, then that's what I'm going to do. And do I love it? Am I know, and look, guys, I know you're going to get excited because the Lions haven't done anything. And so the first thing they do, everyone's going to do backflips about. I'm indifferent to it. Cool, fine, good player. Hope he stays healthy. Track record says he won't, but I hope he does.
I got a secret.
What's that?
We're going to dress Fish up in a shark outfit.
Would he be left or right?
DJ Chark shirt on him, and when Chark scores, he's going to do the baby shark dance. That's the first thing that came to my mind. It's got to be the baby shark dance. First touchdown dance, he gets in the end zone. But no, on a serious note, right, the value goes in. So if I'm going to think about it, the way you get me to think about it is looking towards what is taking sort of a flyer on this guy. he has potential. It's sort of like bringing the car out of the shop. If he's motivated, if he stays healthy, he's got an opportunity here. I think the talent is there. I think that, he was one of the bright spots when he did play for Jacksonville. So I think this is a win-win in a situation where you're trying to build your culture, but it's also too is that you're almost taking a flyer on this guy because you're not committed to him, right? You mentioned the Kirk contract, right? That could be up to
that's madness. That contract is madness,
right? But that takes you out of competing for Robinson or getting in the money for any of those big guys. So the 1 year, and what it tells me too on the players' end, he's betting on himself, right? He's betting on himself. But you're going motivation wise, right? Motivation wise, obviously last year I would, and I would speculate, and this is just me speculating, he's doing everything to get out of Jacksonville. Right? Playing in Jacksonville, like, what was that going to help him? Now he realizes, okay, being hurt, not having that numbers might cost him now, but if he can go to a team like Detroit and they take a flyer, it's a win-win for both situations. Now, you're right, stay healthy, but holy cow, what if he's your – so how do you compare DJ Chark, DJ Chark, I'm going to do it all the time. How do you compare him with, Kenny Golladay? That lost at that money or whatever like that, where the knock against Golladay was separation, big catch radius. This guy's got more down speed because we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got Josh Reynolds that can take the short stuff. So to me, everything sort of plays out, and the $10 million is a bonus, even though it could go up to $12 million.
No, and look, I know that it's limited with the 1 year deal. Like, there's limited risk, and that I do like. Just in that, you're not taking on a huge deal. You're not taking on big-time Christian Kirk money. And the Kirk deal sets the market. If you're Allen, let everybody in on how that real world works. If you're Allen Robinson's agent, what are you saying right now?
Oh, look what he got. And then so even if at a discount or whatever, he's 16 per.
Yeah.
Right? So it just sort of sets the market. Sometimes you want to throw the bait out there and get somebody signed. If you're an agent and sort of in hockey, you represent 20 guys, well, you send out, maybe your 10th guy and he gets a little bit more. It sets the market. So everything's comparable, right? Everybody's comparable. And then age is a big thing. And then at the end of the day, none of that matters if somebody's willing to spend it on you. Right? None of it matters if an owner, a billionaire is sitting there going, it doesn't matter. Sign this guy. Jerry Jones.
Yeah, and I knew, the prevailing attitude is this. Roto Kyle says, Pistons fan 11, it's not scary because if he doesn't work, we lose nothing. We're still going to bring in a rookie wideout. Chark doesn't work out, then a rookie gets more targets. And, okay, we'll keep that same energy, though. Like when people were talking about Holmes and, the Trinity Benson trade or the Perriman signing or things like that, those were exactly what you're saying that you're cool with now. So, what was the one criticism on Holmes? I had two criticisms. The extension of Goff, which I got because they kicked the can down the road financially as far as the signing bonus goes, so it freed up cap space.
And bias.
Right.
And bias that's their guy.
Yeah.
So don't
forget
Rams
thing. Yeah.
Don't forget the Rams buy it. That coming from there with your guy, that's all that matters. So you
that was my only knock. That was my only knock. And people's knock were the receivers things that came and went. It was $2.5 million in a fifth-round pick. They took a couple of spins on it, didn't work out. So this is now with a little more money, but whatever. It's a one-year thing. Like I said, I'm not gonna jump up and down about it. I'm not gonna whine and complain about it. It's 1 year. If it doesn't work, good day, move on.
What if it does work?
Well, and if it does work, then you got a decision to make, right?
But isn't that what you're trying to set up so that you do? Do you not bring these players in because you expect them to be as to have this, put you in those are the tough decisions and situations, even more so of what you do with the bigger money, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Don Burr says you don't build a team through free agency. You build it through the draft and free agency when you're a few players away. The Jags are ridiculous. That's a good segue, Don Burr, because that's something I'm going to get into when we come back. And I have a bone to pick with our own Braylon Edwards and the folks at the Bottom Line.
Oh,
Alex
Bottom
Mayers,
Line,
and
Big
look,
D Energy, let's fight.
Their producers here, Alex
I don't
Mayer,
wanna be on
will
your
report
team.
directly back, and Braylon's my guy. He is, but they were spitting some tomfoolery yesterday. And
Foolery.
Shenanigans. What do I always say? You taught me about accountability. They're going to have to be accountable for their actions and for their words, because I'm not letting that run away, man. I'm not doing it. Speaking of running, though, I was just there at Planet Fitness, just down the road from here at Hall Financial, running on the treadmill. Ample treadmills available, by the way, at Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. You can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. Membership starts at just $10 a month for access to your home club. Black card option also in play at $22.99 a month, less than $1 per day, everybody. Unlimited tanning, hydro massage chairs, total body enhancement, access to over 2,000 locations worldwide, and unlimited guest privileges. Join today in club. You're going to pass about 2 or 3 of them on your way home, so just pull on in, sign up right there. If you're really feeling motivated, go online, planetfitness.com. Sign up that way. No matter where you are, there is a Planet Fitness close by, now open in Midtown Detroit at the Detroit Pistons Performance Center. $0 down, $10 a month right now. That'll get you access to your home club, and you are on your way. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness
is essential.
Your fitness is essential. We'll be right back with more Big D Energy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
What do you get when you mix fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken with our savory signature sauces? The best damn wings you've ever had. Wing Snob Traditional Wings. Try our Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. And we toss them to perfection. When your wings are this good, it's easy to be a snob. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, live from Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, 866-CALL-HALL, that's the number, or jump online. Have a little chat with them at callhallfirst.com. You can do that while you're working. Just kind of go back and forth to that. Take a look at your mortgage situation. See what can be done about it with none other than the GOATs of the mortgage game, that is Hall Financial. DMAC, Darren McCarty. My name is Neal Rule. Sawyer Sam Flannel as well. Happy to have all y'all with us on Big D Energy. Tap into the YouTube channel if you're listening on the radio on 93.5 The Roar. Appreciate you touching base as well on there. The podcast page, wherever you get your podcast, subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast. Get on your terms. Rewind, fast forward. You know the bit. You know how it all works. But we're talking NFL free agency, and, man, NCAA tournament's a rumor in the sports world right now, man. It is. The NFL, and every year they do this, man. Like, every year the draft comes, and we're like, wow, can you believe the grip? And then free agency, wow, can you believe the grip that the NFL, it is 24/7, 365, man.
Well, we didn't talk about this yesterday, but I meant to bring it up when Tom Brady announced he's coming out of retirement. Didn't he announce it right in the middle of the bracket? The bracket announcement? Like, that's either him seeking the attention and what we're talking about of being on the sidelines he can't handle, but the bracket time, because it's not like it's a layover, and I'd say a layover would be the Stanley Cup Finals. We got NCAA basketball coming up, but still everything reverts back to the monolith in the NFL. And we're all excited because whatever it is, working into the draft, working whatever it is, there's always something to talk about, and that's why we say that machine is always running.
Right.
How much is their gas bill if they had to pay the regular gas bill to run that machine 24/7? Wow,
it would be a monster.
It doesn't matter. They got the dough.
Right. Absolutely. Hungry Panda Studios, built through the draft. LOL, tell that to the Super Bowl champs. Well, Hungry Panda Studios, I would tell you that the Los Angeles Rams were 6th in the NFL in homegrown players on their roster. So, yeah, the draft is pretty important. And they're superstars.
What's that person's name again? Hungry Grown Panda?
What do we have here? It was Hungry Panda Studios. So, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're pushing something or whatever, but, hey, cool. Push it away. They were 6th in the NFL. That's a fact. That's not what I think. That's what happened. So, yeah. And then they got their finishing piece, obviously, in the trade with Stafford. And remember, too, they did that without the benefit of first-round picks, traded them for Ramsey and Stafford and all that stuff. So here they are.
They did it where they set their team up, they had it done, and then they brought in the guns.
Right.
Which is what I still suspect that we're making moves to do here in Detroit, where eventually it's going to be that free agent guy instead of that drafted quarterback.
Right, absolutely. So, Mike G, R.I.P. Razor Ramon. Razor's Edge was a great finishing move, and I was told that the crisscross is a dope move, too. It is. So, yeah, that's it. But I do.
Make you want to jump.
NFL free agency is, and I know everyone gets excited, and I know Lions fans were excited, and, the DJ Chark thing, they were just waiting to erupt. It's like when a team scores a goal when they're down 3-0 at home.
No, but the excitement, here it is. It's sort of building because everything we're telling everybody out there, right, about the truce, about the foundation, is there something that they can get sort of behind instead of is this the same old thing? Is this the same old thing? No, because I think that they got value. I think that they've
well, it was sensical.
There you go, Neal. Maybe that's the new word us Lions fans have to put in our vocabulary with this regime is sensical.
It was sensical. AJ Blair in a YouTube chat thread says, "Glad we got Chark and not Robinson." And if I had to release official statement, that's what my official statement would say. That's where I would be with that. I'm cool with that.
So my question to you, right? Mitchell Trubisky signed with Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh has the 9th or the 10th pick overall,
somewhere around there,
right? My question to you. Is that not more of a glaring statement on the quarterback class than anything else that Mitchell Trubisky, that the Pittsburgh's putting all their eggs into that basket instead of drafting Malik Willis or one of these guys that is going to crawl up the board? Is this any sort of a yellow flag or a red flag for you?
Pittsburgh actually picking 20th, though, for the record. I forgot 20th? They made the playoffs. Yeah, they were in the playoffs for 60 minutes longer. 60 minutes longer than the Lions were.
So at 20th, so is that, is there, I'm looking for narratives. I'm looking for some of these signings. What does this tell you, right? Detroit signing Chark, probably not going to sign the safety now because of draft. Pittsburgh with the quarterbacks, because I know you believe that Detroit's going to draft in the late first or second round their quarterback, and I don't think so. Does this have anything to do with the way you think about the way the draft's going to go?
We'll get to the Trubisky thing in a minute, because the way you phrase that, DMAC, is a very good segue to where I wanted to go.
Okay,
and here's why. Our own Braylon Edwards. You hear him on the bottom line.
Let's talk about this.
2 to 4. Well, it all wraps in together nicely. Alex Mayer, their producer, is here on site at Hall Financial right now, as a matter of fact. Ryan Armani as well. Our own Braylon Edwards said on Twitter yesterday, what the Jaguars have done today is what I'm talking about. They have not only spent the money, but they spent it on players that can all play, have all proved themselves, and most importantly, players that have their franchise and their fan base excited. So that's what Braylon said. We're seeing the Jaguars, and you can debate the talent, because the Kirk contract is maybe, in my mind, the most egregious contract of the free agency period. Now, that'll be left up to debate. We'll see that play out. I have a feeling I'm probably going to be right, though. But with all that being said.
Can I ask you just before? I have Red Wing bias, and I have player bias. Is this wide receiver bias that we're experiencing? Because I just think that I think with the money, and I think that I would ask Braylon, are you separate from your wide receiver, from a player, from stuff like this, to be able to think about that? Did that come into your, the wide receiver brain? You know?
I don't know. Well,
Okay.
I guess that's probably a better question for Braylon. No, that's fine, man. That's fine. See, here's the deal. Because who else is out there making it rain right now? Who else? And you can say the Jaguars are kind of maybe pushing all in.
Jerry.
Who else is doing that right now, though? The Khalil Mack trade. The LA Chargers are doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
They're assembling a squad. They're assembling
Jackson
a crew.
Too.
Yeah. So you look at the Chargers, you look at the Jaguars. What's the one commonality that they have that a team like the Lions doesn't have?
Quarterback.
On a
rookie contract.
There you go, guys. You're seeing it play out right now to where with what I've talked about all season long, the quarterback on the rookie deal is maybe the most valuable thing in sports.
Now, here's the argument, though. They also have two of the top rookie, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, the argument is if you had a Trevor Lawrence talent or a Justin Herbert talent in the draft to draft that, and I get what you're saying because your money goes to the other place. What?
You mean like you did with Justin Herbert? Like having an opportunity to draft a guy like that? Like they did?
They didn't.
Well, they did.
No, the Lions did. These guys didn't. There's
right.
a difference.
But that's what I'm saying.
So there's a difference to the fact that, yes, to your point, back if you go on the rewind or listen to the fact that this regime is making up for mistakes made by past regimes. Because could you imagine if this team had their Herbert? So to your point, right, but does that argument not make it's either going to be A or B? They're either going to draft one and go this way around it with what they've shown. Right now they're giving out nuggets, right? And going, prove yourself here. We're not committed to this. The guys are committed to, that you think are going to be here are either re-signed, right? Or the Penei Sewells, the Browns, these guys. The difference is do they draft that quarterback and then build the team, and because they believe one of these quarterbacks in 2 or 3 years can be the guy.
Okay, and Louisiana Lion 89 says quarterback next year. And then Steve O says Justin Herbert had a lot of questions about him into the draft, a lot like a lot of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, you bring up a great – and this is where at the end of the day, right, I'm just going to mic drop, walk out, and go, do you trust your guy? Because these are all the hard decisions and all the hard conversations that they have to have, right? Just not even before they decide which direction they want to go, right? So I would feel better if they do draft a quarterback, then I got to trust that this is the plan that they see happening, that the guy that they draft isn't just to put under a contract and run him out to whatever so they can fill the rest of the team. It's the guy that they think in the future can do something.
Yeah. So, but we're coming back to that with me is all these teams that everyone sees signing everybody like it's fantasy football. They're in a position to do that. Guys like Braylon Edwards, when they put out a tweet like that, the Lions aren't in that position because they're paying a quarterback $30+ million. That's the math. That's not what I think.
Here's the opposite. What's going on in Green Bay? You pay your guy $50 million, then your star guy doesn't want to get franchised. They got to release their defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so important, and I guess because we've lived under such ineptitude here with the Lions management, we don't know what something that's good is until now. So, again, I'll go to the clock. There it is. I know. Where's the clock? It's always there. It's your right hand, Darren. It's right. Is it the same as – yeah, it is. Right. It'll be the same as in the studio, right? Okay. Just put it in the back of my – I made it here on time.
Because it's always on the left side of the screen, DMAC, but the camera's facing you, so it's always to your right. It's a lot, man.
That was good. That actually gave me a little bit of a buzz. Thanks, man.
You were digging deep for that one, weren't you?
I was digging deep for that. But, so far, I'm giving out, I got a, B+ so far. It's we haven't stepped on any grenades or done anything that's hindered us. And the mistakes that we have made, we've got away from. I look at it like poker. Right, you're looking at the Benson, you're looking at the Perriman, stuff like this. You're talking about at the end of the day, $2.5 million in a fifth rounder.
We have breaking news. Ian Rappaport, who is a trusted source on Twitter, the Rap Sheet is reporting the Lions have signed pass rusher Charles Harris to a 2-year deal worth $14 million. Now that one I like.
I liked it. He played. He earned it.
That one I like.
He earned it.
And that's a little bit of a discount, man.
Is it?
Compared to the production last year? I mean, I know he's had his struggles, certainly in the NFL, but if you look at the production last year, I think that's very much in line with that slot.
I think that, especially later in the season, like he's a guy that, you knew who he was out on the field every time. So, again, that goes down to culture.
Yeah.
What they're building.
No, absolutely. And, what do you have, 7.5 sacks last year, and certainly had a breakout year where when he was in Miami, was a first-round draft pick before, was in Miami, certainly had his struggles. But yesterday, or this past season, certainly seemed to shine for the Detroit Lions. So I like that.
And here's the thing, right? You aren't recycling guys. You're giving guys opportunity or on the term of what you want with the Anzalone, with playing for more bonuses and stuff like this. Like, it seems like when I always say with Steve Yzerman, he's not going to give any money away, right? It seems that Holmes has been, I guess, not frivolous, but he's spent wisely.
No,
Because
absolutely.
if you tell me I have $14 million for 2 years and he's sort of underpaid for the production he's got, that's perfect.
Here's the question, and this is fun today, man. This is a fun show right now. I mean, we're dealing with this in live fire right now. This is why you do this job, everybody, for days like today. One funky Lions fan. So Harris and Romeo on the edge. Are we drafting Hutchinson?
Well, I don't think you get a chance. From what everything you hear, is that's
so
why.
you're drafting Thibodeau. You're drafting Trayvon Walker.
Yeah, I don't know. They got a tough. I like Jordan Davis, but that don't get me going. I like the big guy from Georgia. No, it'll be interesting. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, yes, it could. They're all in play.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's a good point by Robert, too, our resident agent insider here on Big D Energy. This Harris signing is important because it shows the other chip on the shoulder, guys, that the Lions keep their word. If you come prove it, you'll be rewarded. And this is very sensical. I would say Harris even maybe took a bit of a quote-unquote discount. And I'll ask you this. Here's the thing. Where at the number 2 spot, and I am much against this, if you took Hutchinson, would you take Hutchinson at the number 2 spot, pay him $9.5 million a year? Would you take Harris, giving him $7 million? Known versus the unknown. I'm much more comfortable giving Harris $7 million for 2 years than taking Hutchinson. Much more comfortable.
But then it's all about after that, right? If are you looking at a Nick Bosa or J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald? That's the thing you can't pass up on, right? Charles Harris proved, I think, that last year, that's the, at the end, the best with the sacks and stuff like that. That's sort of his ceiling. Even though we say Hutchinson has a ceiling and Thibodeau does in comparison, we still don't know what the ceiling is as a pro. The one thing I did like, though, too, is the 3-year signing for Tracy Walker. Yep. I like Tracy Walker in the back. And if they get somebody to help him out, because you've seen progress with him.
Which is essentially a 2-year deal, too, because of the front load to it. It's very easy to walk away. I think I remember saying him was about $2-ish million to cut him loose at the end of it if it's not working out. So those are the things I like. I do like it. And the Chark thing, again, the money for one season, I get you got to pay a 1-year tax, I guess you could say. So I do understand that. But if getting Chark means I don't have to deal with Robinson for some stupid number of $65 or $70 million for 4 years, then I'm cool with it. I am. But, we're going to talk about what this means for the draft. We're going on the fly right now because all this news is breaking, and you guys have a lot of great thoughts. You guys are driving the show as much as we are today, so I certainly do appreciate that. Your comments when we come back. But I'll tell you this. I'll give this one to Sawyer. Sawyer, if you could have someone at Folding Warehouse on a rookie deal picking off that 5-pin, would you draft him?
Yeah, I definitely would. I mean, because you get to hit the train horn, scare everybody in the warehouse. I mean, such a good thing. They don't see it's coming. So, I mean, I'm definitely taking that, drafting them, as they snipe those pins. I mean, it's the best way to do it. Folding Warehouse, you guys have to go check it out. Right in Hamtramck, so easy to find. Giant warehouse, Folding, just big letters right there for you so you can't miss it on the street view. And I mean, so many lanes, so you guys can show up, pay $10, play from open to close, throw until your arm's sore, throw until you need some Tommy John. I don't know. It's such a good time. It'll get you sucked in. Or if you got a big group, you know, you're doing a birthday party, a corporate event. It is Neal's birthday. So we would have to do this if we were doing it today. We'd have to get the private lane reservation going for, it's up to 2 hours, around $120 for 10 people. So when you divvy it up, it's not bad at all. And, I mean, it gives you a little peace of mind, you know. You're not going to risk not having a lane. You can just show up, play, get right into it, have some fun, start drinking some mystery beers. You throw $2 in that machine, it gives you a beer. No decisions to make. I mean, they have over 100 beers, so it's hard when you get in there. It's like a kid in a candy store. You just can't find your beer, can't find your beer. Throw it in the mystery beer machine, gives you a beer right out. And no overpriced bar food. You can bring your own food. Uber Eats it, have a pizza delivered, get some Subway, bring it in, whatever you want to do. We don't care. The Fulling Warehouse just wants you to be there, wants you to have some fun, wants you to throw that football, and just be social. You know, have a great time. So if that sounds good to you, head on over to thefullingwarehouse.com. I'll say it for Alex Mayer again. I can see him over there. He didn't really hear it. It's thefullingwarehouse.com, Mayer. Super simple to find. You can type it on your Mac right now. Get a reservation going, man. Or just show up in person at thefullingwarehouse.com. This is Big D Energy live from Hall Financial. We'll be right back here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Think you're a big shot?
Oh, excuse me, it goes down!
Think you can make the big shot?
Washington fires. It hits!
Woodward Sports wants to send you to the finals for college basketball April 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans. That's right, you and a friend in the Big Easy. We'll take care of the airfare, hotel, and tickets to see the finals for college basketball. Listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy. And the bottom line for your chance to qualify. If you can make the big shot, you and a friend are getting out of the cold and to New Orleans.
Got it!
Keep listening and watching for your next chance to win. Powered by Planet Fitness, Centron, and the Sports Marketing Agency.
And it's over! Anything can happen in March!
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Neal Rule for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. You can join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. Get your unlimited tanning on. They got Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty lotions. They got the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Chili Peppers Tanning is your vitamin D headquarters. 26 locations, more on the way. And visit them on the web at chilipepperstanning.com. It's insanity here on Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, NFL Insanity in March, which is crazy. We're live at Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, call 866-CALL-HALL or chat with them online at callhallfirst.com. Neal Rule, DMAC, Darren McCarty here in the house. At our mobile Planet Fitness studios, I guess you could say.
I was just filling my bracket out, Murray State to the championship. First number 7 in a while. Here we go.
There you go. There you go. Everybody's going crazy. Viewership exploding right now. Live viewership, listenership, everything. Appreciate all you guys tapping in.
What do they say? What are they saying about everything that we're saying about Chark and stuff like that? Do they like with the signings?
Yeah, I mean, but DMAC, that's the times we're in, right? Like when you sign people, it's going to be lauded because it's movement. However, I mean, and I got to be consistent, right? When I say we seem to be re-signing a lot of guys from our 3-13-1 football team. We are. Like, that is true, right? Can we agree that's true?
That we're on the team at the end of the year.
There you go. That is true, okay?
And it is also true that this was a different team the last 6-7 weeks of the season.
Which is also true. both things.
So
both things can be true.
Here's the thing, and it doesn't matter. I say it with the Red Wings fans, they're fickle but knowledgeable, but Detroit sports fans. So even our Lion fandom, we can see the guys that they're resigning, the reason they're resigning. If the money's there, or the guys that we don't know, we're still in this trust phase, right? We're still a little bit in the honeymoon phase with Holmes and Campbell. Now, I mean, it's been tough, but we see, we're working things out. The communication is there, and we're sort of seeing a little bit of the transparency, and there's some trust. You know what I'm saying? And when they're telling me they're going out with their friends, right, that they're not going out and doing something unscrupulous.
I'll always love that word, unscrupulous. But the fans, you asked what the fans are saying, so let's get into that. Our YouTube chat thread, you can tap in. We read those. You guys are driving the show as much today as we are, so we appreciate you tapping in. As we talked about, man, viewership numbers, listenership exploding here today. Club's going up on a Tuesday. Let's just say it like that, because I got bars, Sawyer.
It's Taco Tuesday. It's your it's your birthday, Neal.
Yeah, that's right. You know I got bars. It's funny because there seems to be two camps now. The one, this tells you we're drafting Kyle Hamilton for sure. And there multiple people have said that on the YouTube chat thread. I'm just saying, though, DMAC, Roto Kyle says this all proves we're drafting Willis.
I think you can make an argument.
It's more in play than people think it is.
You can make an argument for both, but I think the argument is it's either or.
They're both in play.
What I'm saying, it's either that you could be here's the question, right? Are you closer with figuring it out that they're going to make a move and it's either Malik Willis or Kyle Hamilton? It's not the defensive guys. It's not the Thibodeaus. It's not the Hutchinsons. It's not all these other guys that we've heard about, right?
Yeah.
It could, to me, I would lean more, because if they're going to get Willis, they're going to either have to – when's he going to go? Is he going to go top 10?
I think so.
Would you expect?
Yeah,
right.
because of what we're talking about, DMAC. Because, guys, the key to all these moves, Jacksonville, the Chargers, quarterback on a rookie deal, man.
I get it.
That is inherent value in and of itself.
And I think the thing that I'm struggling with is how can I keep the number 2 pick or move somewhere within 5, 6, 7, somewhere where I can still get him and move back and not know I'm jeopardized and get him without taking him second overall, right? I think there's the value there. So hopefully stuff's in play. Yeah, I mean, I can see both camps, right? Both camps. You sign Walker, you sign Charles Thomas.
Which
Charles, the linebacker they just signed?
Charles Harris.
Yeah. I always say that Davis. He's on TV. Anyways, Charles Harris. So they could be leaning to solidify, like I said before, the safety. Who knows? Who do you trust?
But does the way that the Holmes regime has been operating here through all this, smart money, smart terms, to me, that tells you that they're not going to go the Kyle Hamilton route. Because, again, why would you spend $9 million on an unknown when the best in the game makes 15? Now I understand, too, people are talking about the Marcus Williams. And I haven't seen it, so you guys tell me. I mean, I learn a lot from you guys every single day. There are people in the chat talking. Marcus Williams said he wants north of $20 million per year. I mean, but even then, though, to give $9 million to an unknown an unknown safety is a big risk to me, man. Like the Jeff Okudah thing, you're paying Jeff Okudah over $7 million next year.
You
man.
brought up a good point, Neal, and this is the biggest point. They haven't been frivolous with money. They're probably not going to start.
They're not handing out candy. This ain't Ken Holland answering the phone.
I'm going to go right now. You know what? I don't. Malik Willis, if would be the guy. Yeah, I mean he's closer in my head. Like the argument for Malik Willis at today's hearing, right? You did really well with him. Now the beauty is, folks, here's the beauty. We still got time. We still got time until that great noise that we love to hear. So eloquently. It's getting closer draft day.
Right.
But
it's creeping up on us, which we'll be downtown for.
So my question to you, Neal, what's
Brass Rail?
Yeah, Brass Rail. So great pizza, great tater tots. Anyways,
good meatballs too.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, what is another sign? Is there another sign? Does some of this signing, or does any of this, other than the draft capital and what everybody else is doing, that's why it makes you think more of a Malik Willis?
Now I wonder about, and people are saying, and the talking point, you guys, I know the talking points have been hammered in your guys' heads where you're not taking Willis at 2. I'm not saying you have to take Willis at 2. ... So you got to remember, too, this is where all the losing comes into play, everybody. Where when you guys wanted to beat the Eagles on Halloween and stuff like that, I held firm. I held down the fort. No to those wins. All for this day coming up in April. That's why. Because the Lions right now, as it sits, they might not draft Willis at 2. They might not. ... The flexibility's out there, DMAC, and that's the point I'm making.
But not as much flexibility as if you would have lost to Philly, because then you would have had the most flexibility. Why? Because you got first choice.
Yeah, but regardless of all that, One Pride 40, they're taking Hamilton. Lock it in. Roto Kyle, I would rather pay Williams than draft Hamilton at number 2. And Roto Kyle, you and I are kind of on a similar wavelength of the way we're thinking. I'm not here for the unknown, man. I'm not here for the unknown. Stick in the house says Malik is the guy. Am I convincing you, Stick? Like, am I making an argument? And I'm not saying it's an absolute, because I know what's going to happen. The Twitter timeline on draft day, if they take Aiden or they take Thibodeau or they take Hamilton or whatever. Well, if they take Hamilton, it's deserved, because I really don't think they're going to do that. But when I get the tweets when they don't take them at 2, I'm not saying it's an absolute, guys. I'm saying it's more in play than you think it is. And I've laid out my case for it, other than get a quarterback next year. Like, I'm not accepting that as a reason, get a quarterback next year. Because we don't know. If anything, we don't know, right? Right, DMAC? We don't know. Look at what happened with the quarterbacks this year. Spencer Rattler would have been the number 1 pick. He's a buster now. He's at South Carolina or somewhere.
Yeah, but he's still playing, But that's the thing. The quarterback classes that have come out in the past few years aren't coming out this year and next year. So we think. But again, Neal, you say to the point, I know Josh Allen coming out, couldn't hit a broadside of a barn. Everybody said that. Justin Herbert, that people weren't high on. These guys are pretty good.
Yeah, and it did seem to work out. If they draft Willis, the Lions cap situation in 2 years will be unlimited, and they'll be in a position where, look, I'm not saying do it what the Jaguars did in terms of personnel, because Christian Kirk is laughable, the amount of money that.
But they spent $118 million, so to be able to spend
in a day.
Well,
and they were able to.
But
That's
were
my
able
point.
to, right?
But the Chargers were able to too.
Right.
And I think people universally like that more.
Well, they like the Chargers universally more because they're a better run organization, and they're closer.
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned J.C. Jackson's gone over there too, but they're putting a team together because they have the draft capital quarterback.
Aaron Young, safety at number 2, really, and that I'm glad to see that's making a comeback too. Let me tell you about the sports marketing agency. SMA has been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for a decade against the issues around mental health and substance use disorder. With the help of NFL alumni, Sean Jordan has been able to save lives and take a stand against these issues. Check out the Sports Marketing Agency podcast on Woodward Sports entitled This is the F Word. It's a series on fentanyl. If you're struggling with substance abuse or mental health, they are here to help. Go to thesportsma.com. Again, that's thesportsma.com, and make sure you check out the podcast. This is the F Word on Woodward Sports.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. Because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Let's get somebody qualified. Woodward Sports sending you to New Orleans to see the college basketball finals. Listen to the Morning Woodward Show afternoons right here with Big D Energy and Drive Time. On the bottom line with Braylon Edwards, Maz, and Ryan Armani. Even if Braylon is going to spin some foolery on Twitter, you can check him on it right there on the bottom line. Make sure you're following Woodward Sports on Twitter, Instagram, to get more chances to win, to get qualified. Let's get somebody qualified, as we said, right now. Let's do the YouTube chat thread here since we're at Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. What do I want for my birthday tonight? Let's just say it like that. What do I want for my birthday today? What's the one thing that I want? So the first person to guess that, I think it's pretty simple.
It's brown.
I think it's pretty simple to figure that out. The next person, the next person that lets me know here in our YouTube chat thread, we will get you qualified.
Leather pants.
No, it is not leather pants. That's more of a stick thing than me. No, it is not leather pants. Well played, though, sir. I see which direction this is going to go now. So, congratulations. Please, somebody just get it right so we can move on. Please. Okay, I'll send you to New Orleans personally right now if you do that. Chuck Brewer says Stick would trade 2 future number 1 overall draft picks to move up to number 1 to take Willis right now. And Stick is nodding his head in agreement that he certainly would do that deal. Let's see. Another furnace for Neal. No, a solid old-fashioned. I would take that. I certainly would. Let me see here. Lucas JP, some Gypsy Vodka. That is it. Lucas JP is the guy. We don't have a mic for Sam Flannel, do we, here today? Yeah, slide that mic on over to Sam Flannel. Sammy, let Lucas JP knows what he has to do in order to get qualified to win a chance to go to
4
New Orleans.
ice cubes and 3 lines.
You have to email I love March Madness 2022 at gmail.com. I will repeat, I love March Madness 2022 at gmail.com, and then I will tell you what the next steps are.
There you have it. Man, the NFL news coming fast, coming furious. The Cleveland Browns are meeting with the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson Tuesday to talk about a potential trade. And the Atlanta Falcons have also entered the mix as a, quote, sleeper team. That's what Adam Schefter and Chris Mortensen are reporting.
Atlanta Falcons?
Yep.
Don't they owe Matt Ryan a big gazillion dollars?
They do.
But
I would imagine
it's all movable. So
yeah, I would imagine that Matt
Browns,
Ryan.
Where does Baker go if Deshaun goes to the Browns? That's sort of like almost perfect fit for him, isn't it?
Well, he's a free agent at the end of the year, so you could just let him kind of float away, and that would be the end of that. So that is what's going on.
I still think he's got something. I don't know why.
Boy, man, oh man. Matt Ryan this year is a $36.5 million cap hit and a $46.5 million cap hit next year.
That's your cap hit guy for putting things off, and at some, like, don't you use him as an example at someday that you have to pay the piper?
It's someday the bill comes due.
The bill comes due.
But you would say,
yeah, you just pay the piper.
You know what I think though, and I think the Falcons are in play from that perspective because that enhances the Texans' haul in my mind. And I'm just spitballing here off the top of my head. When you reconstruct the Stafford trade, I've always said this, where there were 2 separate trades in the Stafford trade. You got the number 1 for Stafford, and then you got a number 1 for taking Goff. Those were the components of it. I would say if they do this deal with the Falcons, it would be a historic haul of picks. You know what I'm saying? Just in that. Because Houston wants compensation for Watson, and they have to be motivated to take Matt Ryan.
Aren't they talking? They've always wanted 3 first-rounders.
And that's the talent. That's just talent for talent. We want 3 first-rounders for him. But you need us to take Matt Ryan, too. In 2 years of a gajillion dollars or whatever. I mean, so much money, you got to get one of those big Happy Gilmore checks to put the numbers on Matt Ryan's contract.
How do they figure that part out? Because sometimes that money, as we saw with Goff's contract, is as important as the player.
Right, but the Texans have that ability because they have a quarterback on a rookie contract in Davis Mills. So they may have it, and I would have to look at the numbers and see exactly what it is.
Stafford's worth first round picks worth $25 million, then taking a guy for $25 million is worth, right? So what is that like? What do you, when you say the haul that they could get, what is a realistic haul? If we hear them asking for 3 first rounders for Deshaun Watson, that's what the Texans want, right, in return. So if they took Matt, right, that could be like 5 first rounders, 2 seconds, 4 thirds, 2 guys to take the money and that, right? That's not.
I mean, that's what it is, right?
It could, right? Like you could see something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it could be. If you believe he was he's 3 first rounders as a price for Deshaun Watson, that's just talent for talent. That's Deshaun Watson for that. Now you have to do additional things to make that work if you're Atlanta, i.e. you have to get – Matt Ryan has to be in that trade.
Right. Because
he has to be because of the money.
Cap.
But Houston has to be enticed to take him.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that makes so much sense.
So you're talking like Herschel Walker.
Right.
This could be a franchise-altering deal for
That's
for
what
Houston.
I was getting at. Dallas, Minnesota back in the day when they made that deal. But, like, have we seen – a deal in the NFL since then close to that magnitude? Probably not, right? I mean, that one sits as the crater, right? Like something where it was so unbelievable, and it still is unbelievable when you think back to the haul of that. But this could be along the same lines.
Could be along the same lines, man. We will keep an eye on that. Adam Baydoun had some ideas of what I wanted for my birthday. He says he wants acknowledgement. Which I acknowledge you, Adam. I'll just leave it at that, and we will move on. Okay, so Adam, I will give you your acknowledgement. Yeah, absolutely. No, but these are the discussions, man. It's crazy. Nick L says I think Malik is the guy. Paul says Willis does not have top 10 value. Guys, we're seeing it play out. Can you guys acknowledge me then in that you are seeing the value of a quarterback rookie contract play out in front of you? You're seeing it play out in front of you.
What you proved to me today, or what you made me more apparent to, is that quarterback, he doesn't have to be top 10, whatever, as long as he's functional, because as long as he can play. Right, or as long as down the road, because even if he isn't your end-all, be-all, the contract he's under is not going to hamstring you to get to the next guy, right? It's just going to take the organization longer to get to the promised land, right? So really, what is I mean, man, you're selling me more. I don't like this. I don't like this because it makes more sense because it gives you the rest of the salary cap accessibility earlier.
Right. Pistons fan 11 QB rookie deals.
We're drafting Malik Willis, aren't we?
It's not out of the realm of possibility, man, and it's getting
I would be
more and
comfortable
more.
with what I'm thinking is that they move down. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they get a dance partner and move down to 5 or 6 and get them there. That's it. But again, there is no difference between taking him to if he's your guy to set up your draft capital and everything for the future, and you believe he's that good.
Yeah.
It's just not picking a guy that played quarterback for somebody else.
Right, and I've always contended that, too. And Pistons fan 11 saying no one's disagreeing that rookie deals have value. They just disagree on the player evaluation. And guys, like, this is where you got to trust Brad Holmes in the talent evaluation team. But I'm saying you've seen the tools. Are they raw tools? Yes, they're raw tools. I understand that. But there are some measurables there that you can get infatuated with. Stick loves the man right now. He wants him here today. He's getting his gold dust on. He's over there in the corner of the room right now. But again, guys, I'm not saying you're not taking him because he's a quarterback. Like, no, he's got to be a quarterback that you like. That's contingent. I always thought that was just assumed, that was something where that comes with the territory, no questions asked.
So, like, to the comment of the person who said he's not a top 10 quarterback, does he have to be, as long as you like him, if you have him great in the first round, then it's not out of the realm to take him at 2?
No.
Right? Because of what he sets up the rest of your team for.
Right, absolutely. If they like him. Grom at 0237, no team wants any of this quarterback class in the first round. Yeah, people didn't like Justin Herbert either.
Or Josh Allen.
Right. Or Lamar Jackson.
Right.
That nobody liked those guys either. Guys, that's what I'm saying to you is this is very much in play. Very much in play. More than I think we think it is. So, it's just from that standpoint, and DMAC slowly being converted. I think a lot of you out there are slowly being converted.
Speaking accountability and common sense, and because I'm going to take it all in, and you got more of a point of the why, right? When I waver, it's just because of the why. I can see the explanation for why they would do that, right?
Yeah.
And that's different when we're talking Lions, because in the past it didn't matter. It's almost when you didn't. Because they didn't even know what was going on. But you know what? I do know what's going on. Forget all the draft talk. Doesn't matter who we're going to take. Everybody out there, I know you lack money. How about like $100K? Yes, I said it. $100,000. Well, you can, but you need to get to a Lady Jane's haircut today. Get a precision haircut. You walk in, you sign in, you sit down before you know it. Bam, handsome and clean. Get to one of the nearest ones near you. Lady Jane's are all over, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. You can get in there and sign up with one of the girls for $100,000. Register today. Get the King's treatment. Get to Lady Jane's. Why? It's wicked awesome. Big D Energy, Neal Rule, DMAC. We are at Hall Financial, in case you wondered. NMLS number 1467435. We'll be right back with Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports is here to change the game. On March 21st at 9 a.m., we have a big announcement. The Morning Woodward Show will never be the same.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Braylon catches TDs.
On the slant, there goes Braylon Edwards. Edwards on a foot race, and no one's going to get near him. 80 yards for the touchdown.
Ryan catches Pokemon. We all have our strengths. The bottom line on Woodward Sports.
It's tournament time, and we want to put $1,000 in your hand. Woodward Sports and Papa Romano's wants to see who can pick the second best bracket in Detroit, because I'm in this thing, and I'll have the best bracket in Detroit. But, hey, it's cool. If you want to get the second best one, you can do that. It's a Woodward Sports Best Bracket Challenge. Grand prize wins $1,000. Second place, a pair of Yeezys. Third place, a pizza party from Papa Romano's. It's easy and free to enter. Just go to woodwardsports.com, fill out your best bracket today, and then keep track all tournament long to see if you have the best bracket in Detroit. Of course, this is powered by Papa Romano's Pizza. Grand on the line, guys. All you got to do is go to woodwardsports.com, click on bracket, fill it out. That's it. It's pretty simple if you ask me. We are live today from Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, call 866-CALL-HALL or chat with them online at callhallfirst.com. You see them everywhere. They're an institution here in the city. Don't trust just anybody you come across with your mortgage situation, all right? Go with the people you know that have been here in the city for so long, and, of course, that is Hall Financial. It's the biggest financial transaction of your life, guys. Use some sense, all right? Use some sense. All right, talking NFL, free agency, everything going on, getting a lot of hate right now on the Malik Willis train.
You getting heat?
Yeah, I am, man, absolutely. Rob Smith, nobody is saying this but you. Medicor, what is it?
That's, Neal.
What?
If that's the truth, that's why it's going to play out.
Yeah.
No, because think about it, whether it doesn't, but you have to put the possibility in. You can't say that what Neal's saying is talking out his rear end or whatever. You can explain the why. Now, the why might be 40% Hutchinson, 30% Malik, whatever like this. That's why in the next month or so, with things going on with the different signings around the league, look for something to determine the why. The one thing, though, is what I like is that we don't know, right? We don't know. Why do I say that? Because do you remember before the draft a few years ago when we signed a backup quarterback before the draft, the day before the draft? That's when you tell everybody what you're doing. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah. So
I will come over that table right there and tie your hair. Anyways.
Mediocre. Neal, just because you believe it doesn't make it true. Okay, well, just because you don't believe it doesn't make it not true. You know, I mean, we could play this game all day long, guys. I've laid out why. All I'm keep hearing is Malik can't play quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. Guys, he's going to be taken in the top half of the first round. Is that fair? Can you guys meet me there? Can we meet you halfway there? Even the most ardent Malik hater. Gromit 0237, would Willis switch to running back? No, he would not. That's where I want everybody to just kind of come clean. So you're saying he's not going to get taken in the first round. That's what you guys are telling me. Yes, he is, guys. Look at the way this is all playing out around you.
I think the question is, who's the running quarterback start with? That's the biggest question, because you know that everybody's jumping in right then. And then, you get the second or third guy. Somebody's going to get somebody that they don't like, or they don't want, just because, like you said, because they're going by the draft capital.
Right. Hungry Panda Studios, why don't you want Hamilton? Because he's an unproven rookie. Same with all rookies. At least Hamilton will play because of the value. That's why. The top-ranked safety in the NFL right now, pre-Marcus Williams contract, is making about $15 million a year. I'm not paying one that I don't know $9-ish million a year. I'm not doing it. There's no return on investment there. Guys, let's go through it again, shall we? The safeties, running backs are the same way. How come nobody drafts a running back in the first round anymore? How come? Why?
Dime a dozen.
Because they're a dime a dozen. They don't make any money. So why would you pay?
If you want any proof, everybody we lined up behind our offensive line got 4.5 yards. So there you go.
All 8 of them, or however many were there, they all had success, guys. That's the way that it works. Who makes all the money? The quarterbacks, the tackles, and the guys that can sack the quarterback. Because those are the 3 most important guys on the field. And they're paid accordingly.
Protect the quarterback, pressure the quarterback, or quarterback. Right?
Yeah.
Everybody else is expendable.
Chef Chris Smith, he's a top 20 draft pick. That's where it is, guys. 2 is in the top 20. You're right, Stick. Absolutely. I don't like that Stick's my one ally here in the room. I'll be honest with you. I'm still going to fight the fight. But I don't like that Stick is my main ally right now.
Well, it's because he's got the Malik pajamas on, bro. I mean, you can't. You can just go. He's your hype man. He's your Malik Willis hype man. He's not your, he's tainted. He's, right? He's biased. But that's okay, because you both could be right.
Kyle says, I don't want Hamilton making the same as a quarterback I would draft in the same position. And, that's what it is. That's what it is. James Torrey, if we want a quarterback in round 1, make it the 32nd pick, still get the 5th-year option. Ritter, Strong, Pickett might be in play there. But if Malik's the one you like, then that's what you got to do. See, guys, this is where that all comes into play. And, again, I'm not absolutely saying that that's the way it's going to happen. I'm not absolutely saying that still won't take Aiden Hutchinson.
I think you did a great job of explaining the why.
That is the why, man.
Goes back to what Jacksonville's able to do, what the Chargers are able to do, and stuff like this, because their money's not tied up in the rest of the roster.
Yep. No, I mean, that's where it is. Alfredo Flores, Willis may be top 20, but not at 2. Then you fix that, guys. I don't know what else to tell you. Devontae Adams says, and look, it went official here today as well. Aaron Rodgers put the ink on his deal. What was that? 3 years, $150 million, I believe was the numbers that were reported. I have to.
What is guaranteed?
Yeah, that's what we will take a look at. But I'm more curious about the aftermath of it, where Devontae Adams says he's not going to play for the franchise tag. That's intriguing.
Wouldn't you have thought? And I don't know, maybe that's just because in the hockey circle, but if it's about the team and it's about the team getting it to the end, and that's what we always said, keeping the band back together and stuff like this, haven't you had this conversation with your boy who's supposed to be your boy, at least is your boy on the field and stuff like this? Is this conversation, because you're about the team, not happened before? So this would have been, because I would have thought, when I heard Aaron Rodgers was signing with Green Bay, that they had it, whether they had it figured out with him deferring money or whatever to make Adams happy too.
Right.
Without one or the other, because then it goes back to, instead of hamstringing your organization, you trade them.
Right.
And then you get a decent haul, like you said, and then you're back kicking the can. I'm just more interested in how does this contract and Aaron Rodgers thing, not only this year to Devontae Adams and this and Smith getting released and stuff like this, but how does it play out next year, year after, right? These guys need to draft a quarterback.
But they did already.
No, these guys, yeah. Swing and a miss. Jordan Love, these guys need to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't know, but so Aaron Rodgers will make $42 million this season, which is fully guaranteed in the form of a $41 million roster bonus, which will be treated as a signing bonus for salary cap purposes, and a base salary of $1.15 million. His 2023 pay of about $60 million is also guaranteed. In 2024, his $49 million is guaranteed only against injury at the time of the signing. If Rodgers only plays one season, then retires, gets released, or is traded, the Packers would have to absorb at least $68 million in dead cap money and up to $100 million.
$68 million in dead cap money?
And at least $68 million dead cap money and up to $100 million if it occurred before June 1st.
Guys
another
got
sign,
less time for stealing.
Another sign that the quarterback intends to play or has committed to play to at least 2 more seasons. In 24, the dead cap money is reduced to $28 million. So that is a story with what is going on there. But I think that as we were talking about,
am I out of line here? Just to go, like, does that not totally just but where does that leave Green Bay? As an organization, I mean, do we I know we got to play against Aaron Rodgers and stuff like this, but I mean that big bad green machine or whatever like this is petering out.
Right.
I mean, it's self-destructing. They're doing it themselves. They're imploding themselves by one guy.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know the answer.
What is the hook? What does he have? Or what is it? What's,
I don't have the answer.
Totally,
I'm sorry.
This totally went the 180 opposite of what I thought it would, because I always thought that at the end of the day, Green Bay would hold their ground and then get rid of them after all the stuff's gone down. Nick
Gunjack says Adams the most overrated wide receiver. And, for me, you guys know how I would have handled this. I would have traded Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah, I would have got another quarterback in that Devontae Adams wanted. Picked up a couple more guys.
I would have hey, Adams, we're trading Aaron Rodgers, man. Let that, you do what you got to do.
I would have put the money into Adams.
Yeah, you do what you got to. See, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would just said, hey, we got our Super Bowl out of the guy.
Well, wish we when they got Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we got a Super Bowl out of the guy. Wish we could have got more Super Bowls. Felt like maybe we should have got more Super Bowls. We didn't, but it's time to hit the reset button and move on and do what the Houston Texans are about to do and roll out with your plethora of draft picks and go that way.
It blows me away that an organization, after what they went through last year with the same guy as him and Han, and sort of leading them on and doing everything else, and then sort of whatever, that at the end of the day, they not only cave, they cave to something that can be so detrimental to the organization, right? What if is it against, what are the odds on mybookie.com for Aaron Rodgers to play one and done? And then what does that leave Green Bay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as a Lions fan, this is the greatest thing. I'm sorry to all my Uper friends who are all Green Bay Packers fans, but I'm gonna do a little deep dive investigating up in the UP for a few of my diehard Green Bay fans, because they can't like this.
Alfredo Flores says, I don't feel bad for the Packers, LOL. And you guys know my feelings on that. That was the one time I rooted for the Lions to win, was that Monday night game, to drive a stake into the Packers franchise hearts. But you know what? I'd rather the Packers do it this way and totally decimate their franchise, because that's what they've done in my mind.
The Lions could never have done this to the Packers.
No. The Packers did it to themselves.
This is catastrophic.
I know.
In my opinion,
And
because of the numbers and because of everybody else not on board, right? If everybody's on board, then Rodgers signs and Devontae signs his franchise. He'd agree to it, whether he doesn't like it or not or whatever like that. But then Darius Smith, see you later.
Pete Smith says, when the weather turned cold, Aaron Rodgers couldn't throw a frozen football around. He lost to a team that didn't score an offensive touchdown. Think about that, too. I love that little stat there. the great quarterback, maybe the best quarterback in the NFL that everybody loves. It's a $50 million a year guy. Lost to a team at home that didn't score an offensive touchdown.
Again. At home. Again.
At home again. So you know what, Packers? Cool, bro.
In the setup of the frozen tundra where nobody else practices in that, maybe in Chicago, and Minnesota's inside now, so
right.
no.
And you could have gotten Denver's soul for Aaron, not just draft picks. They were going to sell their soul to you. But this is what you do instead? Cool, bro. Good. We can cross the Packers off the list for a while, and I'm here for it. I love it.
We all love it. It's just we didn't see it coming this way.
But, yeah, Davante Adams, man, saying he's not going to play. He's not going to play.
How does that end?
I love it.
How does that end?
Badly. How do all things end? Or else it wouldn't end.
Well, yeah. I just mean, is there money given back? Does he finally franchise tag? What are the options? Team's got him more or less by the curlies, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So he's going to have to – and he's going to – and I wouldn't – this is a big enough riff, and you're talking about guys' money and stuff like this, that you'll be able to see it if it's there on the field.
You tell me. Yeah, this is going to be a problem, isn't it?
Oh, it is a problem. And Sawyer
you're cutting your best defensive player.
Right. Sawyer, as Neal goes to break, that reminded me there's a and I'm sorry to do this too late, but there's a picture of Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane, right, where Kane says something to bring it on the ice, and you see him, and DeBrincat tells him to go himself, right? But that's that inner turmoil, right, during the game, right? Your teammates and stuff like this. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like that.
Another update: Randy Gregory backs out of a deal to join the Broncos. Originally, had come to terms with the Cowboys, but has since backed out of his deal with the Cowboys to join the Broncos on a 5-year, $70 million contract. So there's that. Broncos continuing to stack it up defensively. See, Packers? But that's a move they can do because they don't got to deal with Aaron Rodgers.
That's true.
That is true.
It's the greatest deal they ever did.
I would agree. You know what else is true? Cintron World's an aspirational lifestyle beverage brand with a line of sparkling, flavored energy beverages, premium bottled water, and revitalizer shots. It's the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners with the Detroit Pistons, and served exclusively at Little Caesars Arena. If you want premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and DMAC wants great taste, Cintron is the top choice. Buy online at cintronworld.com. Use a promo code RedWings10. You will save 10% with shipping included. Drink it. Live it with Cintron.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the bottom line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Neal Rule here for Wing Snob.
You're a snob.
I've been told it takes a snob to know a snob. So, hey, Wing Snob, I'm right in line with me. It's fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wing Snob, the best traditional wings in the game. The best signature sauces like Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. Those wings are tossed to perfection in any sauce you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order them now. Online, it's lunchtime. Go to wingsnob.com. Wing Snob. Just have better wings. I don't know what else to tell you.
I usually go into Wingstop and order the Jamaican Maz away.
Back at it here, Big D Energy. Sure. Woodward Sports Network. We're live from Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, call 866-CALL-HALL. Chat with them online at callhallfirst.com. Guys, don't make this overcomplicated, all right? Biggest financial transaction of your life, go with the people you know. Hall Financial. We're here right now. Again, don't make it a complicated thing, guys. Just trust the people that have been around
Why'd
forever.
you have to go and make things so complicated?
I don't make them complicated. They just get that way all by themselves.
With the truth,
that's on Martin
the facts,
Riggs from Lethal Weapon.
Accountability.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Daniel Gray, the Jaguars have spent $117.5 million in the last 2 years on Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, and Evan Ingram. Trevor better start freshening up. Oh, Trevor Balke better start freshening up that resume. It's funny you say that, Daniel, because Braylon Edwards, the author of the tweet we talked about earlier, just walked in the building. So make sure you stick around to the bottom line here, 2 to 4. Remember Braylon's tweet, he said what the Jaguars have done today is what I'm talking about. They not only spent the money, but they spent it on players that can play, have all proved themselves, and most importantly, players that have their franchise and fan base excited. I don't know anyone that's excited about that Christian Kirk contract. Show me the Jaguars fan that's like, yeah, Christian Kirk, $74 million. Show me that fan. Show me that fan. I know Braylon's excited. That's wide receiver bias, like we've been talking about.
I think it's wide receiver
It's for
bias.
the brand
Get
for Braylon.
your boy the money.
Yeah.
Get my boy the money.
Braylon, we'll expect your retort from 2 to 4 on the bottom line. All right. Make sure you tap in.
I will to Braylon's defense or whatever else is that Jacksonville doing things, right, because they can, like you said, under the cap, but they're spending money, right? They're spending money. They're trying to get better. They're trying to put whatever weapons around that they think, or re-signing their guys that they think. We talked about the offensive line they franchise. So, I mean, they're not – you would expect them to be better.
Yeah. Joey 2 times in our YouTube chat thread, and this is a lesson to everybody out there, says, dumbest prediction I've seen so far on this show was Doug Fungus and YT Sparty predicting Hutchinson will fall to day 2 after the Georgia game with the clown emoji on there. Just remember, guys, like on this show, everybody keeps receipts.
Yeah, you can't. That's
everybody keeps receipts. Alfredo says this podcast makes work just a little bit easier. Appreciate that, Alfredo. Appreciate you tapping in. Even if we differ, as far as some of the views go, I'll listen to you, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll listen to what you say. Again, I'm coming at it with logic and reason, and I've laid out my case, and I think DMAC has become a believer.
Well, here's the thing. I put it in the why. Like I tell Fit, we're getting it down. It's not the what, it's the who. And you don't need to know the right or the wrong. You need to know the why. And you're explaining why it could happen. That way I'm not surprised when it does because you've broken it down, why the different things. As far as the Hutchinson thing, yeah, he could fall, but he's not falling out of to top 3 or even 4 defensive ends going in the draft. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. But this show certainly was hijacked by the NFL and what was going on. Gromit 0237, Kirk had 2 good fantasy weeks. Meh. I was told though you don't equate the fantasy stuff to that. Remember when I said, with Stafford, here's a guy that people say is one of the Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greatest that never went higher than the 8th round of any of your fantasy drafts.
Yeah, no, I mean
he's always your fallback guy.
We know that Trevor Lawrence being the first over. This is what I like, right? As far as looking at competency, and maybe there's a little bit of extra eyes towards Jacksonville just because they are owned by the AEW and the wrestling and the Khan family and stuff like this. But they have Trevor Lawrence, and what have they done? They've realized what they need to do. They need to protect him, no matter what it is, and putting pieces in place. What they've done with all these signings is putting pieces in place either to protect him, either to give him a weapon, right? There's no excuses for him moving forward, and in that aspect, I appreciate what they've done. And again, it goes back to why were they able to? Because they have a quarterback on a rookie deal. That's the caveat of, okay. And then you go, the Chargers that are better, that you like better with the better quarterback, that is closer to win. Yeah, they're doing the same thing. Oh, well, I want to be more like the Chargers than Jacksonville, but I see the pathway.
Right, and that's where I was with it. Like it's pointing out they have the ability to do that, which everybody's getting excited about or angry about, depending on what side of the fence you're on. They have the ability to do that because the quarterback rookie contract's the most valuable contract in sports.
And it's the same thing, Neal, is why I would say to your argument of what this regime has proven in the last 2 years, not other than the golf contract that you understood, and then the Benson and the Perriman little things like that, but they don't frivolously spend the money.
Right.
So drafting Hamilton there moving up, second overall, paying a safety what you pay a quarterback is not realistic. And they know that, right? So even as much, you'd have to absolutely think that this kid is Troy Polamalu or Ed Reed or whatever like this, bar none. And then you could do like Hall of Fame. But it doesn't make any sense unless it's that guy. And as good as Kyle Hamilton is, he's not that good.
Jeremy Fowler from ESPN reporting now safety Marcus Williams is agreeing to terms with the Baltimore Ravens on a 5-year deal worth $70 million. Big market-shifting deal in the AFC North. So what does that put you at there? That's 12, 13, 14-ish million, right?
Yeah, 14.
12 times 5 is 60. 14-ish?
5 times 14 is 70. So.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, 5 times 14, 70. So $14 million.
I
now
like that though. Baltimore,
that I would have been on board with.
Right, but you see what he was looking for. Like, right away there, that's a great fit. Obviously, because, John Harbaugh knows how to coach safeties or whatever else. Like, that gets that team better. What are they known for? Defense. And that deal you would have accepted.
Yep.
But that wasn't, what did they say, $20 million he was asking for per? That's not even close.
Yeah, I mean, that was
I can do that, man.
probably just market speak. So, it's
must
just.
have been Maz.
it could have been Maz. Yeah, absolutely. It could have been. So there you have it, $14 million a year for Marcus Williams. Now, that one I was on board with because he's known. He's a top 5 safety in the game, top 3 safety in the game. I'm just not in the business of maybe Kyle Hamilton for around the same money. Is that? I'm not down to roll with that, guys.
No way.
I would have done that. I would have done that and locked in that safety position for the next 5 years, but that is something where maybe the bad team tax comes into play.
Well, that's the bad, the bad team tax and the bad management or the bad contracts.
Right.
Right? The bad contracts. And, you're draft capital guys, so you go and you look at who's utilizing it. Baltimore's, they always seem to sign, good players, right? You never spending the big dollar for guys, but, having these contracts, we're going, I like that deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as a win-win. And maybe for what the market or what was expected around the league is that, to me, it sounds like Williams gave a little to go there.
Right.
Destination, place, because they're ready to win.
Bob's Big Boy says, not drinking the Willis Kool-Aid, and neither is Brad Holmes. Get the safety from Notre Dame. And look, Bob, I love a Big Boy hamburger.
How much
as much
Kool-Aid? I mean, you went right from that's 2 different Kool-Aid. Like, those are very potent Kool-Aids. Listen, guys, that's Kool-Aid. They're both potent Kool-Aids. You're going from one to the other. It's like I just did moonshine, and, now I'm going to go do Fireball. Yeah. Wow. I mean, like, that's not the norm. So for you to say jump off the quarterback train and jump on the safety train, that doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. It's the same sort of thing.
I mean, that's where I was with it, though. Just that, I'm not there with it. I'm not there with it.
High octane. Those two picking high. But it could be done.
Man.
That just threw me off.
It's exhausting today, isn't it? Everything that is going on out there in the NFL. They have absolutely hijacked March Madness, which starts tonight. They have absolutely hijacked baseball.
You got
all of it.
The 4 playing or whatever like that. Oh, yeah, baseball, coming back.
All that stuff's a rumor. Baseball, the March Madness, all of it's a rumor.
It's crazy. You know what it needed? You know what the NFL needs if they were smart? Just like all the rest of us out there, right? Let's be smarter than the NFL if they haven't got it already. You know what I'm talking about. Guardian Alarm. Why? Because they get it, whether from your home or your business, wherever you are. Guardian Alarm has state-of-the-art technology to help you feel safe. I tell you every day, right from your phone. You can turn your lights on, your temperatures, no matter what. Obviously, in Michigan, the weather changes all the time. I mean, even if it's on fire, it'll tell you that your house is on fire, or when you're sleeping, that deadly silent killer, carbon monoxide. But if you want to be part of the Woodward Sports Network family, you can be. Join it. Join our Guardian Alarm family today. Sam, you ready? 1-800.
Stay out.
Call 1-800.
Stay out.
Now, this is a big place, Hall Financial. We're on the second floor here. Sam, I want them to hear you all the way down the hall. Give them the number, 1-800.
Stay out. Get out of my house.
Attaboy, stay out. And Sammy Flannel rocking and rolling in the green and blue Debo today. That's 1-800. Stay out. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Big D Energy, DMAC, Sawyer, Sammy Flannel, the birthday boy, the golden rule. Yes, it is. We'll be right back. Woodward Sports Network.
Everything that we've hoped for, finally.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Greg Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live at Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. For looking to refinance or purchase a home, call them 866-CALL-HALL or chat with them online, callhallfirst.com. Guys, look, you're at work right now. You're not doing anything. Let's be honest. You're sitting at that cubicle. Go to callhallfirst.com. Have them take a look at your mortgage situation and where you're at. Maybe they can help you. And, look, it's the biggest financial transaction of your life. Do it smart, all right?
Yeah, and one
Don't
day
make it
you, too,
complicated.
can have 2 furnaces like my guy.
Hall Financial, they're the OGs in the game. You guys know it. You hear them everywhere. You're not everywhere around the city of Detroit because you suck at what you do. So that tells you the story right there. Callhallfirst.com. DMAC, Darren McCarty. My name is Neal Rule. We got Sawyer. We got Sam Flannel. The NFL has absolutely hijacked everything. Huge viewership numbers. You guys tapping in. Certainly do appreciate everybody. You guys are carrying the show just as much as we are, just as much as the NFL is. Our YouTube channel on the radio, 93.5 The Roar. If you want to go back, if you're just jumping in now, you want to go back, you're going to be out and about, the podcast page. Go on iTunes. Subscribe to Big D Energy. You can do that. Rewind, fast forward, all that kind of stuff. So here's Johnny says, remember Tease Tabor, Akuda? Nah, on Hamilton at 2.
Wrong management core. Not evaluating these players.
Yeah.
Tease Tabor, wasn't he the most scouted by Bob Quinn guy ever in history of history?
Tease Tabor. Oh, those were the days, man.
No, they weren't.
I know
These
they
are
weren't.
the days.
These are the days.
These are the days.
Spirit Walker 77, you got to remember teams are still and will be cutting quality players in the next few days. We'll be just fine. I don't know that they'll be cutting quality players.
Well, here's the thing. Just on that,
you tend to keep those guys
whether
around.
It's now or later, what was proven by this regime last year, right, is that they can pick some of these undrafted guys or some of these free agents from other teams and actually come in and make an impact.
Right.
Jerry Jeudy being number 1.
Yep. C.J. Schneider paid Charles Harris $7.5 million a year, which is slightly below what people expect. And if you missed that, yes, the Lions did agree to a 2-year. I saw 2 years, $14 million for Charles Harris, whatever the final numbers end up being. And he was a $5 million. He was on a $5 million show me deal last year, and he showed you. And that's a modest raise. I like that signing.
And
I do.
I like what our counsel, Closia, said, too, is that, you know what, that goes to legitimacy, is that he was brought here and said, you show us and you'll get it. You earn it, you'll get it. So I like that. And I think more so of what they're looking for, the guys that they re-sign, they're not recycled, but they're guys that they have a purpose. And maybe it's just one role. Right? Maybe it's not Anzalone's supposed to be the heartbeat of the defense, which you don't think, but he's going to be a backup, and he's going to be great preparing these young guys or whoever we get. You don't know the relationship that he's developed with Derek Barnes.
Yeah.
Like, these are all the things that some of these re-signings that I saw, Evan Brown, offensive line depth and stuff like this. So to me, they like what they see because everybody's on a tryout when you go 3-13.
3-13-1. Hey, I was told yesterday, don't screw them out of their tie. Don't screw them out of their tie. Robert says, and this is more along the lines of my thinking, they'll be cutting overpriced players, and that is more what it is.
Yeah, but once the overpriced player gets cut, then he gets picked up at a better price.
At a better rate,
when we talk about double dipping and triple dipping and doing it in the NFL where you can get like 84 paychecks or something.
Yeah. Randy Shabro, Neal, you still think, and then there's nothing after that. Well, ask me, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I think. Olajan.
Does he think or does he know? Because we'll tell you what we know or what we've heard. If we heard it, we'll tell you what we've heard.
CT Squid says Holmes is killing it with these contracts. And the money's good, but again, though, DMAC, there is this component of it with me and with Brad Holmes where these are a lot of the same guys that were on a 3-13-1 team last year.
Yeah, but he's not committing anything to them.
And that's the thing.
You know, like that. It's still like, hey, nice job so far. Here's your extended contract. Here, continue to work on these roads. You've done a great job in fixing these up. We got 4 years left on these roads, but hey, you can stick around.
Yeah,
that's what we're seeing here, and I think that to that point is that nobody's breaking the bank and nobody's breaking term.
Yeah,
you haven't gotten mad about any draft capital to anything other than that. You know what I'm saying? That the thing you got mad, the only thing you got a little swarmy about on the Chark was when he plays.
When he plays,
when he's available. But that's
the bad team tax. That's the bad team tax.
That's the bad team
also.
tax. But that's also too is you're hoping the bad team tax gets the player out of the. You're the bad team, but he's coming from the bad team, so he wants to prove it, right? And then you get the deal. At the end of the year, hopefully you're saying, hey, there's 9 touchdown catches. This guy was worth everything. You know, look at Kenny Golladay. He's got 1.
Right, absolutely.
I'm not picking on Kenny Golladay. It's just, you know, contract. Or Kirk's.
Pistons fan 11, Calvin Johnson was on an 0-16 team. Right, and then when they got a quarterback on a rookie contract, they went to the playoffs.
See, that's facts. He wasn't told that.
And it fit my narrative.
See, that's him thinking.
Yeah.
Also him knowing. And stuff like that. Can I just touch on something that I think's pretty?
Yeah, it's your show too.
LeBron James. I got to touch LeBron because like this, and you're my basketball guy. So to me, you become the first player in NBA history with 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and 10,000 assists.
Right.
Yet you don't hear nothing about it, so it's not that big of a deal.
Well, it doesn't fit people's narrative because they don't like LeBron.
But is that not? I mean, that should tell you everything.
That's incredible.
Isn't that like, come on, man? Like, give him the guy his flowers for whatever, because that's the one thing. And up until that, the durability, but getting it done, putting it in, getting paid. Could you imagine? Like, I would love to break down the star player dollar amount and what you got out of your guy, work rate, return, you know, championships, points, all this, minutes played, how many games they played, stuff like this. If you look at LeBron, he's probably like minimum wage or underpaid. Like you know what I'm saying. Like what I'm. Well, but not as much. Yeah, yes, every athlete to what the dollar comes in, but I mean that is. You can't ignore those numbers,
I know they are.
Especially because it's the first of everything. So not only does it tell you the fact that the stats are there, but the durability's there. And I think that's more important. I was told a long time ago by a friend of mine named Bob. You may know him as Kid Rock. And he said that the doesn't matter. We were actually at the Palace watching Eminem and Limp Bizkit. And it was Limp Bizkit's stage was like, he said they got $50,000 into the stage. It's a waste of money and stuff. The true legacy of a band is duration. It's longevity. It's can you keep doing it year after year after year and put it out. That's longevity right there that you cannot ignore, right?
See, and here's the narrative too. Daniel Gray, 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists, 5,000 flops. And look, you can say what you want. You can say what you want about the guy as far as where he fits in the all-time greats, and you know I don't think he's the greatest player ever.
If you don't like him, but you gotta say.
But you gotta, you can't.
That's numbers.
You can't deny those numbers, man. You absolutely cannot deny.
I just
those
wanted
numbers.
to bring it up because I wanted to know if seeing that right? Like, didn't that I guess I stepped back on it and went, what?
Yeah.
First player ever, but those numbers. Think about what have you done that many times, right? And that's his profession.
Right.
I'm just saying, wow.
9 drinks. Neal, it was awesome. You graced us with your presence on your birthday. Massive respect. It's a work day.
I won't.
Yeah, it's a work day. Paul Johnson-ish says, I guess John Harbaugh doesn't mind paying for a safety, LOL. And Paul, I love that deal. I would if I could have got that deal for him for the Lions, hell yeah, I would have taken it.
Oh, absolutely.
And because that also ensures it's a lot like why I'm grateful for the Chark deal. Because the DJ Chark deal keeps me out of any Allen Robinson foolishness, like the Christian Kirk foolishness. That's why, if somebody's got to crawl so I can walk, then so be it.
The deal you don't make, right, is the one that blesses you. Right now, Denver, they got to be sitting there watching what Green Bay's doing and maybe not have thought it out, right, to say, man, oh, wow, look what we avoided.
Right. No, I agree. We'll take our final break of the show. When we come back, Sawyer's going to hit you with that quarter mile. We missed him on Friday, but he's got a whole thing to wrap up, too. So we're going to put the quarter mile on display with Sawyer, give you a little bit of racing to ride out of here. And if there's any other NFL news, certainly we will break in with that as well. But not before I tell you, it took exploring 50 different formulas, countless taste tests, but Gypsy Vodka is the best tasting, smoothest vodka in the vodka game today. It's gluten-free. It's corn distilled 6 times. They use artesian spring water. They got a cool-looking bottle, as you see on your screen right now. That's cute. That's cool. Some people are into that. Me, I like the vodka that's inside the bottle, especially in a glass with some ice and some club soda and a couple of limes squeezed out as well. Now you're talking. Now we are ready to roll. Locally made in Petoskey. We're on that local kick, man. Support a local company in Michigan putting out what I believe to be the finest vodka in the vodka market today. Go to your store, ask for it by name, say, hey, where is the Gypsy Vodka at? They'll point you in the right direction. You put it in your shopping cart, you go home. You have fun, too, on a Saturday evening. Gypsy Vodka. Make sure you ask for it by name. And as always, drink responsibly.
Think you're a big shot?
Oh, excuse me, it goes down!
Think you can make the big shot?
Washington fires and hits!
Woodward Sports wants to send you to the finals for college basketball April 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans. That's right, you and a friend in the Big Easy. We'll take care of the airfare, hotel, and tickets to see the finals for college basketball. Listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy. And the bottom line for your chance to qualify. If you can make the big shot, you and a friend are getting out of the cold and to New Orleans.
Got it!
Keep listening and watching for your next chance to win. Powered by Planet Fitness, Centron, and the Sports Marketing Agency.
And it's over! Anything can happen in March!
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
Baseball, beer, babes, more beer. Opening day live from Brass Rail and Music Hall Amphitheater with Woodward Sports.
Final segment of the show. It was cooking today, folks. Big D Energy and the Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rule, DMAC, Darren McCarty, Sawyer, and Sam Flannel. We're live at Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, call them, 866-CALL-HALL, or chat with them online, callhallfirst.com. Guys, remember, biggest financial transaction of your life. Do it with the experts. Do it with the people that have been doing it for a long, long time. We're at their headquarters here in Troy. I'm just trying to make it simple for you guys, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you guys out. And, of course, for the auto racing fans that we have, we like to keep it simple for them also. It is time. We missed it on Friday. Yes. The show got going yesterday.
Thanks for saving
This man is overdue right now, and we are going to go to him without any further ado. We need the clock. Sam Flannel's got to come through with the clock. You guys know how it works. He gets 2.5 minutes to talk auto racing. As soon as the clock runs out, we kill his mic, and that's it. I think it's a fair compromise for everyone. You ready to rock, Sawyer?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got that. We got the clock on there, ready to operate. Take it away, my friend. It is a quarter mile with Sawyer Bench.
All righty. Well, like usual, we're going to have to keep it with Formula One. And I saw this one this morning. That really got me going. Has Drive to Survive saved Formula One? And, I mean, yeah, for a lot of people who live in America, Drive to Survive really introducing them to Formula One. They've never heard of it before. But, I mean, come on. This is like the second biggest sport in Europe, right behind soccer. It's almost as big as soccer, I would say, in Europe. So there's no way, shape, or form Formula One needed any help from Drive to Survive or was going in a downswing. And there's no way that Formula One was saved by Drive to Survive. Without Drive to Survive, Formula One continues to thrive.
But it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt.
It helped it, but it did not save it.
In the United States of America.
It did not save it.
In the United States?
You could probably say that a little bit.
All right.
But as a whole, saving it,
No
chance.
It's a billion-dollar
chance.
boys club.
And then the second one, kind of keeping it with F1 and bringing it into the States. IndyCar driver Colton Herta is being able to test with McLaren this year in last year's car. So this is going to be really big and something to follow because Andretti has been wanting to start a Formula One team. So that'd be another American-based Formula One team. And also, Americans have always been trying to break their way into Formula One, get an American driver in there, get another American world champion. So I think this would be our guy to be the next American Formula One racer. So really watch out for that.
He's a wheel man.
He's real good. Put him behind anything, and he'll be successful. I mean, Daytona 24 Hours, he's won it. He's won it twice, too, 2 different classes as well. You throw him in an IndyCar, he's a winner. I mean, he almost won the series last year if it wasn't for a problem at Laguna Seca that knocked him out in the last race. So keep your eyes out for Colton Herta. And also, I mean, we're bashing on Drive to Survive a little bit. Recommend watching it, but it's not saving anything. What's up, Sam? Also, flannel check. You got to give it to the people. You got to let him see it today. Just check in, make sure he's on brand.
On brand.
We're on brand. We're still in there, so that's the quarter mile with Sawyer Binge. Wait, also, NASCAR results. Almost forgot about that. We had a first-time winner this weekend at Phoenix.
Lucky you still had some time
so
left.
That's amazing. Yeah,
First
luckily we had 30 seconds. First-time winner, man.
Somebody chicken dinnered that one.
Oh, yeah, DMAC. Oh, I didn't grab the picture, but
DMAC
coming in
receipts.
with the bet. Oh, there it is. Show the people.
There it is.
Straight up winner.
It's a $5. See, a Chase Briscoe.
Straight up winner.
At a $5 page of 125, 2,500 to 1, just so you know. And that's my $5 saver bets on my $40 pick. Obviously, we know Keselowski and Busch get the big of that, but I had Ross Chastain and finished second at 5,000 to 1, just in case. So I was happy with the way it ended out.
Sam, get ready.
Swimming in eggs.
Yes.
My left.
That's it, the quarter mile. Sawyer Bench. Good job, Sawyer, out of you. I do quite enjoy that segment, actually. You do bring me up to date with what I need to know, I feel like.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just trying to keep people informed.
No, I get it. Chuck Brewer on our YouTube chat thread says that Cade Cunningham is questionable tonight with a non-COVID illness. So,
they're still reporting COVID?
That's weird. It's weird, yeah.
But I mean, I haven't heard that word in the news in
a minute, right?
In a minute, right?
Pistons fan 11. Marcus Williams has $31 million guaranteed next year alone. Sheesh. So they're really front loading. That I still would have been on board with it, guys.
But again, to your point, who's the quarterback? What's he on? Why can they do it? So pretty much they said, all right, our defensive quarterback at safety, and the other end, we're going to pay him Lamar's money.
Yep.
Right?
It will be interesting to see what they do, what Baltimore does with Lamar.
Well, I think that they're on the right. They're on the precipice of probably that. Is that not? Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe in the market for quarterback.
What do you do? He's in his walk year.
Yeah.
What do you do?
You know what? I might be. He might be walking on down the road, bro.
Daniel says, "What site is Woodward Sports Bracket Challenge on?" You take a guess. Maybe woodwardsports.com. And we can try that and click on the little bracket tab that's over there.
It is.
And jump in. Free, man. It's free. So go ahead and do it, Daniel. You guys are playing for second, though, because I'm going to put a bracket in. Maybe we do that. I'll put my bracket in live on the show. I'll go full all in. I'll put the reputation on the line, man.
There you go.
I'll do the bracket on the show.
And then I'll show them the one. I won back in the day one time.
Did you?
Arkansas won.
Okay.
Cornelius Williams.
There you go. So, yeah. Rob Swift, Trinity Benson's a wild card for sure. He had a crappy year, I'll say it like that, but he might make the team. We'll see how it all shakes out. But fun show today, man. Lots of energy.
A great show, and obviously it goes to show you no matter what, the NFL reigns supreme. When they want, they overtake it.
It's a show in the middle of March, and we couldn't do anything else.
It's not even a show in the middle of March, and it goes to show you, I guess, how up in the air or where college basketball is, maybe on a whole. because people are just, okay, March Madness, I know people get excited for it and stuff, but not as excited as all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe gambling has something to do with it. Who knows? But I like what we've done. I give, so far, Brad Holmes a B+.
Yep. Rack says, so when I copy your bracket, do we split the pot? Interesting. I hadn't thought about it that way. Somebody tailing me like that.
That's Rack for you, though.
That is
Attaboy, Rack. Way to break the cheese, you rat. Anyways, don't forget, tonight, Tuesday, History Channel, they're going to find gold. Oak Island. Yes. It's coming tonight. Tonight we're finding gold. Come on, peeps.
And when you do find that gold, if you want to build a house, make sure that if you want to build a house on Oak Island, you call Hall Financial, Michigan's highest-rated mortgage company. If you're looking to refinance or purchase a home, 866-CALL-HALL, or chat with them online, callhallfirst.com. So for DMAC, for Sam Flannel, for Sawyer, my name is Neal Rule. Thanks, everybody, for tapping in to Big D Energy on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.